Welcome to the Oakland Athletics franchise. Today, the ALDS against the New York Yankees continues, and both teams will have a chance to win the series today. We're playing games 3 and 4 in New York this time, in their ballpark, after splitting the first two in Oakland. We managed to take game 1 behind another dominant Joe Michael effort, 3-2. However, we could not get the bats going against their ace, Casey Mize, in game 2. And the offense really struggled down the stretch in this game the last 4 or 5 innings, as we only managed to score 1 run against them, losing 4-1. But now we move on to see Ken Waldichuk take on Deivi Garcia in game 3, and we'll see who's going to be facing elimination in game 4. Now, although we did lose home field advantage last episode, I'm excited to see how our bats perform in this park. With that short porch in right field, we have a lot of lefty bats that I think could take advantage of this stadium, and I like our chances of having good offense in these 2 games today. But will our pitching be able to neutralize a Yankee team that's also built to hit well in this ballpark? I have not made any changes to our batting order today. We don't have back-to-back lefties anywhere, even though it might make some sense in this game. We're facing Deivi Garcia here in game 3, while we throw Ken Waldichuk in this one. And I think Waldichuk's turned into a really strong pitcher. I'm excited to see him in this one. And I want to go through Garcia's numbers first before we get too far into today's episode. So, Deivi Garcia, 29 years old now, and 4 straight years of being a Yankee starter. He has posted some solid numbers. He does give up the occasional home run, it looks like. He's not really a guy that walks a ton. Not an overpowering pitcher. He does have a lot of off-speed stuff that we're going to have to manage well. He throws the fastball in the low 90s. So let's see if we've got what it takes today, everybody. Game 3 is underway with a strike in there to Miguel Vargas. I did take some extra time to do some more batting practice ahead of today's episode. The other thing I want to do is maybe take a 5-10 minute break between the games, because I've noticed for a long time I can go about 90 minutes or so before I just start not being able to really pick up pitches at all. I think visually it just kind of gets a little tiring watching pitch after pitch and concentrating on timing things up. It's nice to have a little break. Give yourself a chance to reset a little bit. Garcia, 2-2. He gets the chopper and takes care of it as Vargas is retired. So here's our first lefty of the day, Luis Arraez. We know he certainly has the power nowadays to take advantage of the short right field. Now getting a favorable count. We're 2-1 with Arraez. Almost hit 30 home runs this year. He had 26. And that one's away. The circle change makes it 3-1. Full count now to Luis Arraez. Lifted right center field, and it splits the gap. Arraez will hustle the second and be held there as we've got our first hit of the day on the Luis Arraez double. Franmil Reyes, he's trying to get us on the board here in the first. Comes up empty. That was a competitive swing at least. It was right through it. And there's a good fastball away to make it 0-2. Ooh, the slow breaking ball just off the plate. Couldn't have missed by much. And that one is just in there for strike 3. And here is Soderstrom now, one of our most powerful lefty bats. With an 0-2 count, it is a big breaking ball again, strike one. And on the ground, it's bounced to third base, and Soderstrom will reach on the errant throw. We saw an error at third base just in the last game as well. It helped lead to our only run we scored. And this one extends the inning for the rookie Yusniel Cruz. Let's see if we can make him pay here. You got to do that here in the postseason. Garcia. Ooh, on high and fouled off by Cruz. You let that one go. I could feel myself about to swing at that one. 22 pitches in here in the first. Again high. Got to be thinking he might try to bury a slider here or at least switch up the eye level. And he does hit the outside edge. Inside, and that means Soderstrom will leave early. Cruz looking to deal some damage. Taken away, it's ball four. And that's going to load him up for a player we acquired from the Yankees way earlier in the series, trading them to Teoscar Hernandez. We got Trey Sweeney back in that deal. What a spot he has here in his return to the Bronx. Going after that first high one again. Wow, that's a strike. It's close though, strike two. Closer than the one we swung at actually. And now 0-2. Got a piece. Really making him throw a lot here in the first inning. It's going to take at least 30 pitches. For Garcia. Not offering on that breaking ball. A drive to center. Belted deep into the night. It is off the top of the wall. Sweeney empties the bases on a 3-run double. And just missed a first inning grand slam. What a start for Oakland. Trey Sweeney gets a hold of one, working on his golf game right there. And he came inches away from a 4-0 lead. Miguel Cabrera next. And he takes high. Feeling more and more comfortable here. Like as soon as I recorded the episode last night, I have to do a couple things that take some time with the file where I need to like convert the format and then load it into my software. It takes some time, and I spent all of that practicing. And then I took another, I don't know, at least 15, 20 minutes here beforehand, doing a lot of swings with Zach Geloff at the main menu. Just trying to figure out what I was doing wrong, because it's never anything significant. Like, all it takes is a fraction of a second to be late on everything, or early. But you got to figure out how you can start to read pitches more reliably. And I like where we're at right now. Garcia's going to have to empty the tank here to finish the first. It's Guerrero. Under this one. We were a bit early there, and that's going to wrap up the first. I'd say it was a successful start. And now let's see if Ken Waldichuk can handle pitching in this park. I was excited to see him face their lefties, but here's the Yankees' batting order. It's 3 righties, then you get the 5 lefties, and a couple of those guys actually hit lefties really well. Then you go Gleyber Torres. So it's essentially 4 righties in a row, 5 lefties. And here is Kenny Waldichuk to get us started with the ball high. There's a fastball in there. So Peraza did pick up some big hits in the first game and grounds one. He has now grounded to a rise to start all 3 games. And now it's Manuel Margot, who is now behind 0-2. Waldichuk breaking out the slurve, and he hit that? That's one of the toughest pitches I've ever seen, like, make contact. Wow. Strike 3. All he did, though, is show us he'll chase anything. That was one of those pitches that you'd think only Vladimir Guerrero Sr. could have gotten to. Francisco Alvarez, and we've done such a good job of getting the outs ahead of him, so there's nobody aboard. And again, 2 outs for Alvarez. Waldichuk gives up the line drive foul. Hoping to get out of here using under 15 pitches. Mission could be accomplished. Cabrera to the line. Makes the catch. I'm going to make a call here. This is the park, and this is the episode where Aaron Don gets back on track in the postseason. This is it. Lifted, left field, and it's not going to start with this at-bat. Line drive, base hit for Luis Arraez. So for Deivi Garcia, not a good opening, obviously, and he's already under 50% energy. So a good chance we get 5+ innings of bullpen here from New York. Trying to get back on track here with Franmil Reyes, 2-0, and grazing the edge. The Yankees staff just seems to be trained to pitch to that edge perfectly. 2-1. On the ground. Diving stop. Got him at second. Man, we just keep getting outs to deep short. I'm getting tired of it. Oswald Peraza. Shades of Derek Jeter. Let's go bottom 2, and now we're going to see the Yankee lefties. And like I said, many of them don't care if they're facing lefties or righties. So I think McCarthy was an exceptional get for them. Wells and McMahon, you're really not getting the advantage of a left-on-left matchup here to start this inning. That's what I'm talking about, though. Strike 2. 2 strikes. And a drive hit to the corner in right field. Cabrera with room. You know, one thing I love in this game is when you go to a park, it's not 100% home team fans. However, I don't see a whole lot of A's fans right now. I only see, I think, 2 behind home plate. Maybe 3. 0-2 on Austin Wells. Got him. And Ryan McMahon has already had some big moments here in this series. Doesn't get one here. All right, I want to see Soderstrom launch one here as well. Nope. Not on that pitch. We got to get Deivi Garcia, I think, out of here. 50 pitches in. Under this sand, a tad late. Definitely one we could have driven. Bouncing ball to short. And a really good second out recorded for Garcia. They're doing a really good job of hanging around those outside edges, but count turns 2-1 for Trey. That is smashed to second base. He has scalded the ball twice, and it's still 3-0 as we go bottom 3. Kyle Isbell did not get the facial hair memo here from the Yankees, but he did have one heck of a play last episode with that robbed home run. One of the best plays I've seen all year play in this game. The 0-2, that's inside. 2-2, just off the plate. 3-2. Yankees want a base runner, and it's lifted for Cruz. He's over and catches. So Isbell made the best play I've seen in my 350 hours here on the show. This actually was my most played game in 2023, any platform. Now, there's an asterisk there because if you combine Madden 23 and 24, Madden wins. But as far as an individual title, the show was my top game a year ago. And I only did one thing in it, and that was play this series. I'm not sure what I'm going to focus on here in 2024. I certainly want to do a lot more football as this gap is split, but Cabrera gets there. I certainly plan on doing more football in 24, especially when next year's football season launches. Waldichuk versus Torres. I'll probably talk a little bit about it here if the game gets more out of hand, but I still, have plans of a slow sim series starting up, and I'll just talk more about that if we end up with a more dead part of the game. So Waldichuk is still throwing less pitches than Garcia did in the first, and he is close to wrapping up his third complete inning. Waldichuk, 1-2. Got him. Through 3 innings in New York, the Athletics lead at 3-0, and the Yankees don't have a hit. We had a tremendous first inning, but not a whole lot since. And we've also had some late swings. Let's hopefully get some better contact here in the fourth. Ooh, good 12-6. Little bit ahead of that one. The 0-2 is pulled over for a quick out. Up the middle, a base hit for Guerrero. So he's actually been fairly productive so far in the series. It's just every hit's been a single. We're going to take that. Especially with Aaron Dawn now. 61 pitches in for Garcia. And Dawn bites on the first one, and that is a fielder's choice. Getting a little aggressive here early in the counts. Got to wait for some better pitches. That can go. Already, lefties getting warm in the Yankee pen. Because so many of our lefties are very, splits oriented, that's why I don't like to have consecutive lefties. Because I know in everybody's bullpen, that's what they're throwing at us. So it's just not worth it for me to have a bunch of lefties in a row to face right-handed starters if we then have to face bullpen arms that get easy matchups in succession like that. 1-2. Dawn goes. It's away. Dawn safe at second. 2-2. Got him with the curve. Bottom of the fourth. Waldichuk still going strong. Yankees trying to get that first hit off of him. The 2-2. Got him! What a perfect pitch. On the outside corner. He is maybe having one of his best games of the entire season. And what a time. Margot lifts it. Cruz eyeing this in the gap. Makes the catch. Francisco Alvarez. Ooh, that's up there, but no one expects it. It's an awful pitch to throw, but if you do it once a game, you'll probably get away with it. Already 2 strikes. Barry won this time. And he did, but not offering. Ground ball, weakly to Vargas. And the end of the fourth. You know, it's pretty impressive the way Garcia opened, that here he is with a pretty good chance to go 5 innings. He has recovered. Lifted to right center, and it is caught. Arise almost doubled in the fashion he did earlier. But Garcia's done a good job with that 12-6, and we've yet to really have a big hit off of it. Here's Reyes. You know what I was thinking there? You know, I respect trying to go there all over again after I swung at the first one. And a drive belted to center, but Reyes just misses. I got to one of those high curves there. That was an all right swing. I do think our batted ball luck has been a little bit strange. Maybe that's not the right way to put it. Batted ball luck, just like the contact, expected contact, with some of the swing timing and ball location. We're winning right now, and I still think there's room for luck to turn around on our side. 2 down for Soderstrom. Ooh. Yeah, Garcia has emptied the tank. He's just trying to finish up the 5th inning now. Soderstrom makes some noise foul. 2-2. Ball 3, no. Waldichuk continues to get ahead. He's not falling behind many batters today. Jammed into left, and that is the Yankees' first hit. And McCarthy holds at first. So there is 1. Waldichuk gives up his first hit, and now grazes the inside edge. Ooh, he goes around. He's got some really good stuff today. Strikes out Wells on 3. I don't care if he hits lefties well. That pitch is near impossible. 56 pitches for Kenny Waldichuk, and he can throw everything for a strike right now really reliably. McMahon grounds it hard, and that is a double play. Despite giving up the base runner, Waldichuk still facing the minimum through 5. Kolby Allard coming in as the Yankees bring out the lefty. And I'm still thinking about how I've been so mediocre against bullpen arms lately. So here's Cruz facing Allard. Leading off the 6th. No runs since the 1st. I'm itching for a 4th run. Bouncing ball right side. And covering. We threw him a fastball there. And the other thing we have to show is that our lefties can put up competitive battles against their lefty pitchers, which is a challenge. I think if we were losing right now, I would actually consider pulling Sweeney. But I want our best defensive shortstop out there with a 3-run lead right now. Over to third base. Did not pick that one up very well. It's out number 2. We've really been splitting time here at right field in this episode, and that's going to continue. Dylan Carlson does such a better job against lefties, and now that we're getting later in the game, let's get that outfield upgrade and get him out there. Strike 1 from Kolby Allard. Allard nearly hits him. Carlson backs out of the way. 2-2. Base hit center field. And Guerrero is up here with 2 away. Ooh, missed the cutter. That was middle of the zone. We were early on it, though, so I'm not mad at that swing. Just missed it. All right, how about that time? It's a similar pitch. That time, again, early. Not making this final out easy. I did put Henry Vasquez, one of our starters, in our bullpen, by the way. I'm expecting him to get some action in this series. 9th pitch now to Guerrero. Busts his bat, and it is a catch at second base. We battled there, but we're going bottom of the 6th. And we have no action in our bullpen, but I think I'll get somebody up now. Might as well go with Ashby again and Morgan, depending on when I would want to make that move. Waldichuk versus Isbell, and Cruz can't get there, and it rolls a long way to the fence. Isbell to second and holding there. We've seen a few of these line drives a foot or two out of reach. So the Yankees trying to get their first run after getting their second hit. A strike in there to Florial. Now is certainly not the time to be leaving in guys for too long also. Waldichuk is not this 100-pitch pitcher on most days. I think we're starting to reach his wall. 63 pitches in. Come on, man. Torres on deck, and then the lineup will turn. 3-1. It is swung on and missed. He went around. 3-2. Unbelievable. Energy's getting down there. Waldichuk might be reaching the end of the road here. With runners on, I absolutely trust Aaron Ashby to fix this. So an excellent start for Waldichuk, but running out of gas here in the 6th inning. And we're going to relieve him and bring out our best reliever, who has 2.1 innings already, but did give up runs in the 9th inning of Game 2. Big at-bat against Gleyber Torres. A 2-1 count and a strike. He struck him out. Big spot now for Peraza. Ashby nails the bottom with a 12-6. 3-2 with Margot on deck. Big pitch and another called ball 4. Are you kidding me? Bases loaded, 1 down for Margot. What is this strike zone we're seeing here? 1 down. Off the plate. Ground ball. Sweeney starting the double play. We pitched well enough to get 5 outs in the 6th. And that's why Aaron Ashby is one of the best relievers in the business right now. That's perfect cleanup duty right there as we go on to the 7th. I'm feeling like we need to get that 4th run soon. Right to first base, Don lines out. And a drive hit out to left center field, and it will split the gap for Miguel Vargas. And he hustles his way into second base. Feeling pretty good here at the plate overall. Gonna have mistakes from time to time because that's baseball. If I never made any mistakes, I'd have to make the game harder. But we're making some good swings. Now let's get that fourth run. Center field. And it is not dropping in. So everything here in the 7th has been hit pretty well, and that's with 2 lefty-lefty swings. I guess it's up to Franmil Reyes if we're going to get any more runs here. A drive lifted, left field and deep. At the wall, Isbell not robbing this one. Gone, a home run. Franmil Reyes. 5-0 Oakland. We're getting the exact performance I was hoping to see here in Game 3. And that looked to be pretty robbable like the one Isbell got last episode. Waving and missing is Francisco Alvarez. 1-2. And out in front, it is Vargas for the out. Don in center will track this one down. McCarthy retired. And Wells a strike away. Ground ball, Trey Sweeney. 7 shutout innings in the Bronx. Up the middle it bounces, and it's knocked down, but Cruz is aboard. Up the middle, and this time a clean play, and the double play. And we bring in the setup man, Eli Morgan, here in the 8th. Facing 3 straight lefties, but it's what we're going to go with here. We just used our best lefty bullpen arm. And McMahon is popped up. Vargas looking for this one. Isbell trying to put a bunt down. The Yankees are running out of answers right now. 0-2. And Vargas takes care of this one for the second out. A lot of routine plays defensively, and we are 1 inning away. We got 2 outs here in the 9th. Adbert Alzolay has come in and picked up 2 strikeouts. Certainly didn't hit him well in game 1, or whichever game he had come in. And he looks to get the inning over with, and does. And meanwhile, we have Eli Morgan staying in for a 2nd inning. We're bottom 9. What a game this has been. We picked up that big bases-clearing double with Sweeney. And we continue to show that we're the best pitching team in baseball. Michael gave us 7 great innings. We got a pretty solid start as well from Logan Gilbert. And then we come back today with Waldichuk setting the table. And the bullpen continuing to knock things out for us. We got 1 away already. The Yankee bats just have not been able to do a whole lot in this game. We've only had a couple tough defensive plays even. It's been very routine. Popped up. I mean, that's a slider over the plate, and it's popped up like, you know, it's me from the end of game 2 playing for the Yankees right now. They just don't have it right now. Margot, the last chance for the Yankees. Count is 3-1, and Margot fouls off strike 2. Morgan wraps up the Game 3 win for Oakland. And the Yankees will face elimination here in today's episode. Very strong effort today by the Oakland Athletics. We only had a pair of run-producing hits, but I still felt like this was a big step in the right direction offensively. We had a lot of competitive swings, 8 hits, a good deal of extra base hits. We could have done more damage, but we did more than enough to wrap this game up. Next up, it's going to be Cole Phillips and Pablo Lopez. Lopez is 33, and his skills are declining now for New York. And he's really not getting a lot of strikeouts. Allow me to repeat, Pablo Lopez is not a very good strikeout pitcher. Cole Phillips, meanwhile, he is certainly heading in the right direction. After a full season as a starting pitcher, I thought he did a tremendous job and got more consistent as the season went on. Now we're going to see him put into a pretty big spot. I know, like last year, I wanted to see if he'd be ready for this opportunity. He wasn't quite that early, but now a chance to close out the Yankees season. Oh, wow. Miguel Cabrera hurt himself in the batting cage this morning, and we should think about a replacement. Well, that means Dylan Carlson's going to get the start today, it appears. By the way, Aaron Don, who did struggle last year in the postseason, I can't remember the numbers exactly. He's currently 0 for 10 this year, and I said this episode would be his turnaround. Well, that means it would have to be this game, as we play Game 4 against the Yankees. We know our season will not end tonight, and we have a chance to win the series here, or it's going to be a winner-take-all in Game 5 with Joe Michael getting the start. Oakland leads 2-1, and we are underway. Lopez missing low. If this were the Lopez for the Minnesota Twins, I'd be more concerned, but he gets a few less strikeouts, it seems. Chasing high, strike 3. And this heads out to left field, swung on a bit late. Arise flies out. Lopez missing twice away to Franmil Reyes. Nearly a double down the line, but out in front. 2-2 now, and a full count. Big payoff pitch. Got him with the fastball. Cole Phillips. It's his chance. Let's see if he can shut down the Yankees like Ken Waldichuk did. 2 hits in Game 3. I'm sure they'll have a few more in this one. But the pitching has put us into a great spot now in Game 4. Strike 3 on Peraza. Perfect slider there from Phillips. Facing Manuel Margot. 0-2. We know Phillips has that swing and miss stuff. I think it's only getting better, too. I don't know what his ceiling is. Strike 3 on Margot. And now suddenly he can't get a strike against Alvarez. With 2 down. There's a strike inside. But this one misses, and the Yankees get a first-inning base runner. Jake McCarthy now will have a chance. And he lifts it for Carlson, but it's a routine play. Quick first for Lopez, now facing Soderstrom. A first pitch, base hit to right. We got Trey Sweeney here, ready to do some more damage to the Yankees. And 2-2 as Lopez has done a really good job pitching up and in. Taking the changeup, it's full. Missed up and in this time, and we've got 2 on for Carlson, who wasn't supposed to start, but here he is anyway. Why can't we just pick up where he left off last postseason? Because I'm swinging at bad pitches, that's why. 0-2. We're trying to work this count back, though. Lopez. Ground ball, first base. Yankees get 2. Did not play in Game 3. Here is Nolan Jones. And he had over a 550 slugging this year, so one of those lefties who can definitely get New York the offense they're missing, but it's not going to happen here. That's already 3 strikeouts for Phillips. Volpe pops up. He did not play in Game 3 either. Out number 2. And Phillips strikes out Ryan McMahon. Great start. 0 for 10 Aaron here in the third. Fastball is in there. It's just been a while since I feel like we were seeing Don really dominate offensively. Not sure what happened this season. Fouled back a fastball. I know that was timed up. Just early. That can go to right field. Base hit left field. Don's on the board. The turnaround begins. Lopez has pitched pretty well, though. I don't think he's left us a lot of mistakes that we missed. We've just got to battle and get our pitches eventually. Strike 3 here on Vargas. So he only averages a little over 6 per 9 innings, and he already has 3 in less than 3. Arise with 2 down. And they pick off Aaron Dawn at first. Did get some extra lead there and did want to steal. Lopez picks him off, and we're going bottom 3. L'Oreal will lift this into the foul seats. That missed up, and Florial's on the board. Base hit, New York. All right, that missed too. Keep it under control here, Cole. That's not exactly what I wanted either. But we're 0-2. Come on, man. Getting nothing close. 2-2 again, and driven to center field. It's Don on the catch. Falling behind Peraza. Hasn't hit his spots great the last 2 at-bats, as he falls behind 3-0 with Margot awaiting. See if we can get ourselves a little ground ball here. That'd be wonderful. Out in front, and we're full. 3-2. Phillips, did he go? No. A walk for Peraza. The Yankees with a scoring threat here in the third. I am not trying to throw a slider right in here. No thank you. Waving that off. Margot. 14 seasons in the majors. Big wave there to miss. There's a better slider. Count favorable for Phillips here. And he jammed him. Guerrero can't get there. That time he struck him out. But now we're about to see Francisco Alvarez finally get a runner in scoring position. And the Yankees are desperate for a run after the way Game 3 went. Yeah, they're not chasing a lot right now. 2-1. And just slow. After Alvarez, Jake McCarthy, who's not easy to strike out or get into a double play, so you really want to get this. Oh, actually, you have 2 down now. It doesn't matter as much about the double play. He walks Alvarez, and they are loaded for McCarthy. 2 for 12 in the series. And a big spot for Cole Phillips. Lifted to left. Cruz to the line. Yankees still scoreless. Left center field, Arise checks in with a 4th inning single. 3rd hit for Oakland, and that brings up Reyes. Not even close. Just 2 for 12 in the series, with a home run and a robbed home run. Up the middle, and it slides on through. Arise to 3rd base. A game of inches at times. That was close to a double play, and instead, it is 1st and 3rd with nobody out. Tried to make the sliding play, and that could cost New York. With Soderstrom at the plate. Looking for our first run. Certainly want something elevated. Lopez, though, big 0-2 count now. Rocketed foul. And that was a great pitch to hit. Lopez about to throw pitch 50. Missed inside. Off the plate, and it is full with Cruz on deck. Massive pitch for Lopez. Missed inside, and the bases are loaded for Yusniel Cruz. He's got 2 RBIs in the series. Looking for another. Wow, that was a good one. But late. That's in there. 0-2. Yankees playing damage control now. Popped him up. Just wanted to foul that one off, hopefully, and we certainly did. 1 down, and here is Trey Sweeney. What a perfect guy to have up. Ground ball, and that's foul. Lopez getting ahead again. Trying to pitch low to Sweeney. Got him with the high fastball going up and in. Lopez almost out of this jam. It's up to Carlson now. 1-1 away. And now he's really got to throw a strike. 3-1 Dylan Carlson. Bases loaded. Fouled off. Everyone's going to leave early now. Biggest pitch of the night right here. Hammered foul. Lifted to center. And that is playable. And the Yankees get out of the jam. Bases loaded, nobody outs, and the Athletics cannot score. Those were some rough at-bats with the bases loaded. Lopez also, I think, pitched us pretty well. The pitching has really stood out most in this series. The bats have taken a back seat for much. Feel like we're starting to see Phillips just lose it a bit. It began last inning. Both teams had the bases loaded and could not score. Wouldn't be a bad idea, I think, here to get Vasquez up and almost treat it like this game has 2 starters. Lifted for Carlson. There's 2. Like the blueprint here could be 4 from Phillips and then 4 from Vasquez. Or 3 from Vasquez as McMahon clobbers one off the top of the wall. 1-0 New York. If this short porch were a foot further, that's a double. We couldn't expect to keep the Yankees scoreless forever. We made it 12 straight innings. That's pretty good. Yeah, this strike zone's just ticking me off, too. So we're probably reaching the end of the road here with Cole Phillips. I think one more batter. He was really good the first 2 innings. And now things are getting shaky. I think 4 innings is perfect for this game, if he finishes the 4th. That's a drive belted to left field, sending Cruz back, and he makes the catch. That's enough for Phillips today. Lopez, meanwhile, 67 pitches, and this could be his last inning. We're still without a run today. Guerrero lifts one to right. Line drive right at short, and Don is taken care of. And here is the Rookie of the Year runner-up, making his postseason debut, Henry Vasquez. I've seen a lot of feedback about adjusting his potential after the year. I'll take a look at that. I'm not sure if it's ever gone up as we knock that down, but can't make a play. But I do think he probably deserves at least a little bit of a boost, especially because he's been really good at AAA in combination with how good he was this year at the majors. Of course, what he really impressed me with was his strikeout ability. We'll see if he can pick some up against the Yankees. So they get the leadoff single. Margot behind. Vasquez gets him. Steal. Soderstrom not in time. There are some good stolen base threats here for New York, and they steal their first base, I want to say, of the series. Tough slider there taken by Alvarez. Got him with a miss, too. But now McCarthy. A drive to right. And McCarthy goes yard. Missed over the plate, and McCarthy makes it 3-0 New York as they look to even the series. So the Yankees doing what they did in Game 2, which was slow down our offense and take the early advantage. They're up 3-0, and our offense hasn't been great today. We wasted our best opportunity. And we're going to have to wake things up sooner than later. Vasquez wraps up the inning. I feel a lot better if we got one back here. We have the heart of our order. It's the 6th inning. We got to wake it up now. Lopez still in the game. And these two were traded for one another, of course. Pulled into right field and caught. First out. Lopez has had a more difficult time getting ahead in the count. 2-1 on Reyes. And he muscles this one into left center. Towering. And that is playable. Lopez with a chance to go 6. And Soderstrom on one pitch is retired. What an outing for Pablo Lopez. So now I'm thinking possibly 2 frames for Vasquez. I do have somebody getting warm in case this inning doesn't go well. Volpe to Cruz. That was lucky. Okay, I'm not sure where that one missed. A 3-1 count to McMahon, who delivers another hit, and Cruz cannot cut it off. McMahon turns this into a 1-out double. He certainly hasn't been great to this point. I think that's going to end the debut here for Vasquez in the postseason. And we're going to get Andre Palante in the game. Got to limit the damage here. We're running out of time. 3-0 is hard enough. Good, 12-6. We're used to that by now. Lifted for Don in center, whose arm could be tested. McMahon bluffs. Center field, Don, tough play, can't make it. And McMahon scores. It's 4-0 New York. Can't make that play either. Yankees certainly finding their offense in Game 4. Palante bounces one. Not a good 12-6 curve. So here's Francisco Alvarez. And he's jammed to Guerrero, and we keep it 4-0. We won Game 3, 5-0. Yankees winning this one 4-0, and Lopez remains in. We got to get him out of here. That was hit pretty hard, and it does not matter. That's a tough one to do anything with. And we have a blast to center. Carlson gets us on the board at last. And he made that swing count. 434 feet. He's been our Mr. October. Carlson is back. Right into that Yankee bullpen. And now they're going to go into that bullpen and bring out Payamps. So we successfully got the starter out, and now we've got to try to rally for some runs late. 2 gone. That felt like a pretty good swing right there on the high fastball. Yeah, that works. Ah, what am I doing? Well, we got to try keeping this one close. We're bottom 7. And now we got to face McCarthy again. A hit down the line for McCarthy. 1 second and gets it. And that is jammed to left. McCarthy scrambling home, and Cruz can't throw him out. And it's 5-1 New York. Just a lucky break there for Jones, and McCarthy with great speed scores easily. Trying to wrap this inning up. It's already going to be tough enough as our eyes can't make that one either. Yep, the Yankees just bouncing back big time from Game 4. They've got 10 hits now in this game. And I think I've seen enough now from Hernandez. Here's Alfonso Montes. Nobody's throwing well for us right now. Like, ever since the 3rd inning, I feel like I've been fighting against every one of our pitchers today. Two strikes, though. Montes trying to finish the 7th. And does. This is in the air to left field, and Dawn flies out. Late swing into right field, and it's looking a lot like last episode did, with a strong victory and then a game where it just feels like we're constantly losing steam as the game goes on. Arise with a drive, right center and deep. That is over for a solo home run. And the A's cut it to a 3-run deficit on their second solo shot. Yeah, that was terrible. Picked up by Arise. We got 2 down here in the 8th. Montez having a better second frame this time around. We're having to use so many pitchers that didn't even come close to having a chance to play in the first 3 games. The 1-2 is lifted to Cruz in left. So it'll take 3 in the 9th, or New York evens the series. A.J. Puck is the closer. Soderstrom leads off. Cruz behind him. We might pinch hit for Trey Sweeney. We do have homers in back-to-back innings. 2-1 to Soderstrom. 3-1 as he misses way outside. 3 sliders and a changeup here, so I don't know if he goes fastball 3-1. He does, and it's lifted to center field. Out number 1. Gloved at first, and Cruz is retired. We're down to our last out. And it's going to be Royce Lewis getting his postseason chance. Royce Lewis in the postseason, looking for some magic with 2 away. Into center field, he does deliver a single. Carlson is next. He does have a home run today. Takes a fastball. And gives it right to the second baseman. Yankees force a Game 5. We are headed back to the Bay, where Joe Michael will be waiting to pitch a deciding Game 5. We keep trading wins and losses with the Yankees. I don't think this loss was quite as hopeless as Game 2. Thought we had some good swings and some balls that went right at players once again. I'm hoping we can break through with a big game in Game 5. Pretty rough day, though, for our pitching to give up 5 runs like this, and we gave up runs in 4 consecutive innings. Gave up 6 walks, just wasn't very strong. Joe Michael versus Luis Gil in Game 5 is coming your way next episode. The winner advances to play the Orioles in the ALCS, while the Dodgers and Phillies will get going soon in the NLCS. Pittsburgh was up 2-1, but the Phillies came back to win that series. So we know 3 of the 4 remaining teams, or 3 of the final 4 teams, and we'll battle it out for that last spot next episode. Here are the numbers from the first 4 games of the ALDS. We have hit 4 homers. Luis Arise leads us with 5 hits. Guerrero, Vargas, Cruz, Reyes, and Soderstrom all have 3. But really, outside of Luis Arise, our starting lineup has been disappointing. We don't have any batting averages above Guerrero's .231, and for on base, we could probably afford to be a little more patient, try to squeeze out some more walks, but we're not getting a ton of base runners either. We have hit a fair amount of doubles, but there's a lot of room for improvement on the offensive end. We've had 3 really good starts in the postseason and 1 mediocre, along with Aaron Ashby doing a mostly good job in his appearances. But Joe Michael, the Cy Young Award winner, gives us a chance in Game 5. I'll see you here in a couple days as we find out if we're advancing to the ALCS. Now, I didn't get a chance today to talk about anything regarding the upcoming football series I wanted to do. We are about to hit the end of the NFL regular season, and I wanted to get a new series underway in December, but things just didn't work out that way. And I am looking to do it like now-ish, but I want to take a look first at the PC side of things on Madden and see if I like messing around with the mods there, if there are any issues on my machine, getting that to run successfully, record successfully. I just have to check and see, like, is this the route I want to go, or will I stick to the PS5? I did put a lot of time into a progression set that I'm excited to, I want to see more of. I've only used it for a little bit in my Saints franchise on the main channel. But if I go to the PC side of things, there might be more overhauls that are available to me. So that will be something I look to mess with this weekend and hopefully get an answer on that soon so that I can launch a series here and we can get back to some football content. But that is going to do it for today, everybody. I appreciate all your support. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.